retrouve dans la NBA2K16 pour jouer dans ma carrière.
Steph Curry and the Warriors next game. I've been looking forward to this for a while now. You know they'll be running and gunning. And Steph's gonna do 2 or 3 things that make you want to stop and stare. But we can't let that distract us. Because if we lose focus for even a second, they'll be up 20. So maybe it's up to me to put on a little show of my own.
Let's do it. J'ai été recruté par les Suns de Phoenix.
Welcome, everyone, to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Last game for the Warriors, they pick up the W against Portland. And that was a serious blowout. Not too many people can claim that they saw that coming.
Harrison Bain. Whew. Let's do it.
Warriors have gotten 3 big shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. Curry kicks to Green. Now the feed to Iggy the right wing. Here's Azili. That doesn't go on the chance to tie.
Major defensive lapse right there. He's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You've got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
Now here's Freak. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Shot clock at 5. Here's Knight. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Knight's got 7 points in the game. Warriors trail by 4. And sometimes it feels like Brandon Knight is the Rodney Dangerfield of the NBA. The poor guy just doesn't get much respect.
Yeah, I agree with you, Kevin. Through the end of last season, he'd already been on 3 teams in 5 years. On one hand, it may be disrespectful, but teams recognize his ability, too.
Here's Teletovic. Warriors with the rebound.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
Green kicks to Barnes. They set the screen. Green with a screen on Bledsoe. They double team Curry. Here's Azili. And the Warriors miss again. So for Phoenix, their last game, a win against the Nuggets in Denver.
And really an emphatic win for them, especially considering that it came in an opponent's building, and there's no question it was their offense that carried them.
I love the way they went and got this game, Greg. I mean, they attacked at every opportunity, never relaxed or sat back, and as a result, they eventually pulled away.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Knight passes to Bledsoe. With the teardrop, shot is off. And Golden State will go the other way with it. Here's Iguodala. No good. That would have tied it.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Now here's Freak, guarded by Green. And they call an illegal screen here.
Illegal screen there, one of the toughest calls for an official to make.
And it is one of the toughest calls, but most of the time they do a good job with it, and you have to appreciate how officials get that one right more times than not.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State. Brandon Rush, he's checked in for Barnes, and it's Barbosa in for Curry. Alex Len's checked in for the Suns. Some changes for Phoenix. Lewis checked in for Mirza Teletovic, and it's P.J. Tucker in for Eric Bledsoe. There's 21 seconds left to play in the first quarter, and he gets it to go.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Outside Knight. There's the dish to Freak. With 1 on the clock. It's a tie game here in Oakland. And We'll get things started in the second quarter when...
Okay, they're gonna fuck with me.
And Steph Curry, a player within the gym range. He told us about his comfort.
Steph Curry.
Anywhere 5-6 feet outside that three-point line if I have a dribble, if I catch it.
I was going to say, Greg, how big must that hoop look to Steph Curry? And tough to guard might be the understatement of the day.
I mean, he is just an insanely great shooter. I mean, arguably, I don't think he's the best shooter in the world. The argument is whether or not he's the best shooter ever. And listen, I can imagine there's very few times that Coach Curry is not going to allow this splash brother to let her rip.
And we got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter. And the Warriors, guys, what jumps out to you in this game, stats-wise?
Just almost an intimidating factor when you're able to go out and consistently come up with the block shots like they have defensively.
Well, what happens is shooters begin to start looking for the shot blockers, and it does intimidate them.
Setting the floor for the Suns. Freak in at shooting guard. Laying out there with John Lewis. Then it's P.J. Tucker. And it's Knight with the one spot. And let's catch up with our sideline report.
Oh, no. Bad time to slip up there, Kevin. They got to stay focused.
And taking a technical there is the last thing you want to do. The opposite of smart basketball.
And, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Warriors.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
You know, another thing they've done well, guys, this first half is challenge shooters and change shots. A bunch of block shots early.
Clock at 6. Passes to Morris. Tries it from 9. The shot is off. The Warriors go the other way with it. They went to Phoenix for their last meeting with the Suns and came out with a win.
And they got the better of this matchup last time with their defensive pressure and the ability to force turnovers.
And that really was the difference. I mean, it requires a ton of energy to play that harassing style. It'll be interesting to see if they can do it again tonight.
Thompson against Knight. He feeds it to Freak. Shoots the 3. Phoenix, no good that time either.
Well, you know, last season, Steve Kerr came into a good situation, but a touch awkward. The team wasn't 100% on board with the firing of the previous coach, but he won them over in a hurry.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Knight dishes to Warren. That's good. The assist that time from Knight. Knight's got 3 assists now in this one.
Effective screen set there for the jump shot. That was the key to the play.
Greg, Steve Kerr did win over the locker room in a hurry last season. They had finished a successful run under Mark Jackson. Winning accelerates everything. They certainly bought into it.
They really did. And people don't often appreciate how difficult it is to come into
Jay Thompson.
But he also went out of his way to empower his players and really give them some accountability. Didn't try to hide anyone on defense and played to the strengths of his team on the offensive end.
Barnes, who's checked in for Golden State. Curry comes in for Leandro Barbosa. And Thompson kicks to Bogut. Pass to Curry. Lets it go from deep, and he gets the bucket. Curry's got 7 points in the game.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Yes, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Jeff Hornacek as he addressed his team. He made no mistake that their plan was to run their offense through Morris. Coach is looking for him to take on a lot of responsibility when they've got the ball, to be a leader at the offensive end. Well, Coach not wasting any time in tweaking the game plan. We'll see if it makes a difference as we approach halftime, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris.
And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration and alertness, a turnover, and an easy bucket the other way in transition.
And really, a few more of those, and this game could be over.
Here's Freak. And he gets it to go from the high post. Freak's got his first points of the game. Warriors leading by 7. Curry kicks to Bogut. The pass to Thompson. Dishes it to Bogut. 16 feet away, and it's Thompson that time on the
Good
assist
break
by
down.
Bogut. And it's 7 points for Klay Thompson. And while we can, let's check on the leading distributors at the point guard position in the second half of the season. Steph Curry fourth.
And these are the best passers in the NBA. No question about it. Every one of them is willing and able to be the floor general out there and make sure the offense is running at full speed.
And that's the thing to me. I mean, as exceptional as their assist numbers are, it's their leadership and that ability to direct their offense. That's what makes them stand out.
There are very few players you can call game changers on offense, but Clark, Stephen Curry is clearly one of them.
Well, the plus-minus for the Warriors with him on and off the court validates that. It's incredible how much better they are offensively when he's on the floor.
And up the court come the Warriors on the break. Got that one up quick. Curry's got 7 points for the quarter.
A big part of this run here has been their ability to hit from mid-range, guys. I mean, that's unique.
And a lot of teams shy away from that mid-range, but if you can get them off of rhythm, then you can have success. He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
Some changes for Phoenix. John Lure comes in for Mirza Teletovic, and it's P.J. Tucker in for Warren. For Phoenix, they have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line. And Bledsoe, no good on that one. And when you look at Draymond Green, he's not a guy who will wow you with his numbers or his athleticism, Clark. He brings a lot of intangibles, though. And I remember talking early in his career with Tom Izzo up at Michigan State saying those exact things, that he gives you so much more than just what you see.
And his current coach and our former partner, Steve Kerr, raves about him. He's the heart and soul of the Warriors, in Steve's words.
Bledsoe against Curry. 4 on the shot clock. Tries it from 19. And again, it's the Suns missing.
You know, you talk about Green's enthusiasm for the game. He's constantly talking, whether defensively or even in an opponent's ear. He's a vocal presence. And also another example of how a guy can make an impact without necessarily having it show up in the stat sheet. And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
Bledsoe against Curry. To the left wing. Nobody near Barnes. Off target from the wing.
Oh, bro.
And so we wrap up.
Thank you, Kevin. Andre, what has been the underlying principle of how you and the team have taken the floor tonight?
Communication.
Communication.
And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more. And the Warriors with some changes. Festus Ezeli, he's jacked in for Bogut. Iguodala comes in for Thompson. And it's Barbosa in for Steph Curry. And the Suns here with a different look. Lenz checked in for Chandler. Mirza Teletovic comes in for Morris. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Warren. And Freak subbed in for Eric Bledsoe. Barnes and Green are the forward set. Iguodala out there with Barbosa, and it's Ezeli in at the 5. So that's the group out there for Golden State. A nice shot by Knight.
He's so tough to guard. He can fake you one way and then just spin right by you.
Kicks it to Ezeli. Now Barnes. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. Green, the screen. From past the arc, and the foul called on Freak. That'll be his second foul of the game.
You know, something that's floating around in the sports world and in the NBA is reseeding after.
Wow.
Setting the floor for the Suns. Freak in a 2-guard. John Lure's out there with P.J. Tucker. Then it's Alex Len, and it's Price in at the point guard position. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
Festus Ezeli. Brandon Rush. Leandro Barbosa.
Okay.
Watch him. He's coming out over there.
So we see the Warriors get the win here. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't.